Right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to all of you.
Wa alaikum salam.
Everyone else say wa alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam.
Right. That's good. And when you speak, if it's possible to just go a little bit on a higher volume. Okay. But for now, it's okay. Right. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأولاده وأزواجه وأتباعه أجمعين. Dear students, again I'll say Assalamu alaikum to all of you, and thank you for attending our lesson, Tajweed lesson. And today's role is the Noon Sakin Tajweed rule, and it is the Idgham rule, the merging. What is referred here to merging is when you merge a Noon Sakin into a Noon Mutaharrika, meaning a noon with sukun on it, and it's been merged into the following letter with a vowel. So joining of a non-vowel letter with a vowel letter, so that the two letters become one emphasized letter of the second type. Okay, so the letters of Idgham rule of a Noon Sakina are Ya, Ra, Mim, Lam, Waw, and Noon. So 6 letters. As you can see it on the screen here, the Ya, Ra, Mim, Lam, Waw, and Noon. Meaning that if any of these 6 letters are at the beginning of the word, which immediately follows a word that ended in a Noon Sakin or Tanween, the Noon Sakin is merged into that following letter. So the Idgham rule of a Noon Sakin and Tanween can only, the Idgham rule of the Noon Sakin and Tanween can only take place between 2 words, not within one word. Then what happens? The Idgham is now divided into further 2 groups, and each will be described in the following lessons. But right now, within our time, we will discuss Idgham bi Ghunnah. And if we get a chance, then we'll discuss about the Idgham bi Ghayri Ghunnah. Okay, so we've said that Noon Sakin has 4 rules: Idhar, Idgham, Iqlab, and Ikhfa. Okay. Right now, we've gone past the Idhar rule of a Noon Sakin, during which we learned that the Idhar rule letters are 6: Hamza, Ha, Ain, Ha, Ghain, Kha. That means if any of these letters come after a Noon Sakina or Tanween, then that letter, the Noon Sakin there, is read clearly. And just to articulate that, for example, وَمَا أُهِلَّ لغير الله به والمنخنقة. What happens here? Muncha. Why? Because kha comes after noon sakin, and therefore, since kha is an idhar letter, it is then the noon sakin is then read clearly. Or another word, for example, wayanhawna. Yeah, wayan. What is meant by clear, all right, noon sakin? That means you just say the noon sakin clearly there and then go straight on to the next letter. وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. Okay? Wayan, this is the word that we're referring to. وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. Right, next one is, for example, wanhar. Okay, since ha is an idhar letter. Okay? Or wayan aun. Hamza, that's following the noon sakin here, is an idhar letter. Therefore, the noon sakin is read clearly. Whereas in the idgham bi ghunna, idgham means merging. Bi ghunna, with the nasalization. So with a bit of a sound that comes through your nose. Okay, so we've said that idgham divides into further two groups. Idgham bi ghunna, merging with the nasalization, and idgham bi ghayri ghunna, and merging without the nasalization, without that little bit of a vibrating sound that comes from through the nose. Okay, so insertion with nasalization, idgham bi ghunna. Okay, so when the reader is reciting the Quran and there is a noon sakin or tanween at the end of a word, right? And the first letter of the next word is one of the four letters of ya, noon, mim, and waw, because these four letters form the rule of idgham bi ghunna, right? The idgham bi ghunna rule is unapplied, meaning the merging with the nasalization is applied. These four letters, ya, noon, mim, and waw, make up this subgroup of the larger group of idgham merging, which is including the ra and the lam. Okay, so when the noon sakina, with no vowel, meets one of the letters in the group ya, noon, mim, and waw, right, then the noon sakina is not pronounced clearly. Instead, it is inserted, or merged into the next letter with an accompanying ghunna, which is that sound that comes from the nose. So what happens is when you touch the nose there while you are pronouncing that noon sakin with a nasalization, right, you'll feel a little bit of a vibration of your nose right there. Okay, and then half of that other sound is coming from the mouth. So, for example, the first rule here is qulubu yawma. Yeah, qulubu yawma. You don't say qulubun. Yeah, you say qulubu yawma idhin wajifah. So in writing it is like this: qulubun yawma idhin wajifah. But since there is a tanween here, right, or a noon sakin, and remember that both of them are the same. The noon sakin and tanween are the same. The reason is that, for example, fathatain, the two lines on top, ends with an. The kasratain, the two lines under, end with in. And the dammatain, the two damma on top, they end with un. So if you notice that there is a noon sakin at the end there, right? So Therefore, tanween is in a pronounced form, but not in the written form of a noon sakin. Whereas the noon sakin is in the written form as well as in the pronounced form, and it sounds the same. So here we have qulubun, and since ya is coming after, you say qulubu yawma'idhin. Now, wajitha, since waw is coming, and waw is a part of that ya, noon, mim, and waw, right? That letter which form the idgham bi gunna rule, the merging with the nasalization. Then that means this tanween here at the end of the word then, you merge it into the waw. So you say قلوب يومئذ واجفة. The next one is والله من ورائهم محيط. So this rule here, ورائهم, yeah, that is also idgham as well, because noon is being merged into waw. ألم نخلقكم من ماء مهين. So in the written form it is like this: ألم نخلقكم min, yeah, min and then ma. But in this case you skip the noon, yeah, and you do a complete merging into the meme with the nasalization. Now automatically meme already has in its nature the sound of idgham, right? Because when you close the lips, the sound comes through the nose automatically. So mimma, and you don't say min ma, you say mimma, and then here, as you see in, yeah, in, you don't read the in here and there's a noon sakin, you merge it into the meme. Immahin. So alam nakhluqkum mimma immahin. The next one is you have a noon sakin, right? And then after that, a noon mutaharrika. A noon mutaharrika is that noon with a vocal or with a vowel. So either it's no or ni or na, wherever. So remember, two sakin letters cannot meet one another. One has to be with a sound, and it's always the latter with the sound and not the former. Okay, so in this case, first is the noon sakin, and then you merge that noon into noon, and therefore you see a tashteed on the letter, yeah, on the following letter in which noon sakin is being merged into. Okay, so this is the reason why you have tashteed on the second noon here. Min nutfatin. Okay. So if a noon sakina is followed by one of the idgham rules or idgham letters within one word, then there is no idgham. Okay, and there are 4 instances that we've got here where noon sakin comes before an idgham letter, but since they are in one word, then they cannot be merged, and therefore you read the noon sakin clearly. In this case, it is called idhar mutlaq, which means clarity or absolute clarity, meaning you read the noon sakin at its articulation point clearly as if it was idhar, right? It is called this because it is not from the idhar al-halqiyya, yeah, which means it is not from the idhar that comes from the throat. Remember the idhar letters? We said they come from the throat. Ha, hamza, ain, ha, ghain, kha. They're all from the throat here. Hamza ha comes from the inside of the chest. Ghain kha comes from the top of the throat, and ain and ha comes from the middle of the throat. Okay, it's called, now this type of idhar where noon sakin is read clearly, because the next letter, although it is an idgham letter, it comes within the same word as the noon sakin. You do not read it, you do not merge it, since merging the noon into that letter will then make no sense if they are within one word. Okay, so the occurrence of a noon sakin followed by one of the letters of the group, right, in the same word occurs in 4 places in the Quran, or 4 words in the Quran, and always with the noon sakin being followed by a waw or a ya. The 4 words are as follows. So, for example, qinwanun. All right, in this case, you read the noon sakin here clearly, although waw, which generally it's an idgham letter, and it is coming after a noon sakin, but because they are in the same word, it cannot be merged. Okay, the reason for idhar in this case is because there is no there's no meaning, or it will confuse the meaning of the word. For example, the word dunya. When you say dunya, the word dunya means life. But if you were to say dunya, then it will mean nothing. It will confuse people as in, what are you saying? Okay? An exception to this rule, that the idgham rule can only be applied between 2 words, right? An exception is the beginning separated letters. Remember, we've seen some letters like, for example, alif, lam, mim. Yeah? Then, or kaf, ha, ain, sin, qaf in Surah Maryam. Okay? There is idgham here, because although it may look like they are within one word, okay, but these letters are treated as individual letters, separated letters. Okay, so then the Tajweed rule of idgham is applied. For example, alif lam mim. Okay, that's the mim sakin rule anyway, which we will learn in the next 2 or 3 lessons. Okay, kaf ha ya ain sad. Ain, the letter ain, if you hear it properly, you'll see a noon sakin at the end of it. And since sad is an ikhfa letter, which we haven't come to that yet, we will clarify that as well, then that means you will do an ikhfa of a noon sakin there. Kaf ha ya ain sad. Okay, so that is the exception here. So before we go on to other lessons, and since also time is running out, we will now conclude this session of the Tajweed rule, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, or on Monday then. So thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
Salam.